Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by SYNTELL Koay.
Yo, what's cracking, baby?
We are continuing on with Chernobyl, Episode 2, Please Remain Calm. Just so you guys know, full disclosure, there has been a big gap between our watching of Episode 1 and Episode 2 for a whole host of reasons I won't go into, but we're back to watch Episode 2. If we have any dumbass questions or comments, it's because it's been a minute since we watched Episode 1. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we are only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture, but if you want to watch the whole show with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay, where you can watch the whole show with us, but you will need your own HBO Max subscription, so you can open up the show in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Let's jump into this. Here we go.
Yes, this is Ulana Homyuk with the Institute of Nuclear and... All right, stay calm. They're at 4. It's not them. Who's the next closest?
It's Chernobyl, but that's not possible. They're 400 kilometers away.
Whoa!
Kilometers.
Damn!
Maybe they know something.
Wow.
We'd be seeing other isotopes.
Nuclear test? New kind of bomb?
We'd have heard that's what half our people work on here.
Something with a space program, like a satellite or...
She doesn't seem like crazy scared.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming probably because, you know, scientists are more rational,
Sure.
you know?
What are you doing? What is that?
Milk. It's milk. Much better than water.
No, stop, stop!
What are you doing?
These are radiation burns. Their clothes are contaminated. Help me!
And you're touching it.
Yeah, but it's a now moment kind of thing, right? Oh, golly, they're done too if you're even holding all that radiation. And the fire people, the firemen were like standing next to pieces of the core. Look at that. Look how fast that happened. Wow.
And as for the radiation...
Yes, 3.6 Rontgen, which, by the way, is not the equivalent of one chest X-ray, but rather 400.
Oh my God!
Bothering me for a different reason, though. It's also the maximum reading on low-limit dosimeters. They gave us the number they had. I think the true number is much, much higher. If I'm right, this fireman was holding the equivalent of 4 million chest X-rays in his hand.
Oh.
All I hear is a man I don't know, engaging in conjecture.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't mean, please may I express my concern
dog and
as
pony show.
calmly
Golly,
and
that's
as
frustrating.
respectfully as I...
Professor Legasso.
Horace, I will allow it.
Yo, like, you see it, you see the damage, but, like, to have that, like, calculation and know just the level of damage.
Most of these bullets will not stop firing for 100 years. Some of them not for 50,000 years.
Yes, and this concern stems entirely from the description of a rock.
Is he not being taken seriously?
You personally, you report directly back to me,
Wise decision, Comrade General Secretary.
and take Professor Legasso with you. Do you know how a nuclear reactor works?
No.
No. Well, then how will you know what you're looking at?
Oh, this guy's...
This is before Gorbachev was the leader of Russia, too. So this is back when he was on the lower end of the political spectrum.
That's his ass.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. But, like, people's lives, man. Yeah, I really like that scene because, like, up until that moment, it's just like this vague, dangerous idea, right? Because you're like, you're not really... It's just bad. It's just, you know, blanket bad. Whereas, like, he really put it in perspective. It's not an X-ray. It's like 400 X-rays. I'm like,
Right.
God damn.
No, and him comparing each atom to a bullet is definitely a way to get the point across.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that glow! That's radiation ionizing the air!
Why we can't see, we don't know. Get us directly over the building!
Oh!
Get us over that building!
If you fly directly over that core, I promise you by tomorrow morning you'll be begging for that bullet.
Woo!
Well, he was ballsy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like having a gun at your head, though. Like, what are you gonna do? You just tell the truth. Either die by a bullet, which is gonna be way easier, Or by radiation.
How much hubris could you possibly have to think that you can fly over that shit when you got the guy with the brains in front of you who's telling you that's gonna fucking kill you? That's so
It's the bureaucracy of like chain of command. That's why stuff gets gummed up in the works.
Before you were deputy secretary, you worked in a shoe factory.
Yes, I worked in a shoe factory. And now I'm in charge.
Oh my God, this is not going well at all.
Yeah, she did talk down to him though. Right, yeah.
Yeah, don't use condescension.
Now when you want something.
We have begun our own inquiry into the cause of the accident, and I have a list of individuals who we believe are accountable.
All they care about is blame, huh? Meanwhile, golly, can you imagine knowing what he knows and you're standing next to it?
Have one of your men get as close to the fire as he can. Give him every bit of protection you have, but understand that even with lead shielding, it may not be enough. Then I'll do it myself.
Wow.
Fall on the sword because of pride? Word?
No, well, he's just protecting his men.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the noble move, like self-sacrifice. Do you know what that is in the tank?
The thing on the front is the equipment that measures how radioactive everything is.
Okay.
That's got the dosimeter. That's what they called it. And that stuff that looks like duct tape is what I'm assuming is the lead shielding.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder why they only put it over one part of the car. I don't understand the thinking of these two dudes on the right. Like, if you have that bad of a situation, you're gonna have to answer for it very, very quickly.
He's back.
Like, the bill is gonna come due very, very soon.
Yeah, the CYA though, man. You know, that's all they care about, even if it's just temporary.
It'll burn and spread its poison until the entire continent is dead.
Please escort Comrades Bakhanov and Famin to the local party headquarters. Thank you for your service.
All right.
Your excuse.
Thank you for your service. Wow. Look, they're still trying to pass the buck.
This is a fissioning reactor core burning at over 2,000 degrees. The heat will instantly vaporize the water.
How do we put it out?
You are dealing with something that has never occurred on this planet.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Of course, it's going to take thousands of drops because you can't fly the helicopters directly over the core, so most of it is going to miss.
How much sand and boron?
5,000 tons.
What?
Obviously, we're going to need to...
This will go much easier if you talk to me about the things you do understand and not about the things you do not understand.
5,000 tons.
To get you 5,000 tons of sand and boron.
What's the second thing? Sand and what?
Sand and boron.
Boron. What is boron?
It's just an element. That's all I know. And then he said you can't even fly over it. Right? So he says most of it's gonna miss anyways.
Are you here because of the fire? Anything we should be worried about?
What do you say?
Right.
What do you say to someone you know is gonna die? What do you say?
He just said no. I mean, what else can be done? He said the equivalent of 40 bombs that hit Nagasaki. 40 a day. 40. Here comes the sand. But y'all can't fly over it. 30
out. Oh my God.
And people are just chilling there.
They cannot fly directly over the fire. A minimum of a 10-meter perimeter.
10-meter perimeter.
Yo, they picked up that in 30 hours. That's fast.
10-meter perimeter. Copy that. 40 meters. 35. 30.
Tell them they cannot go over the core.
Lead 1 is too close. I repeat, they are too close.
Oh, he's in it.
Lead 1, you are inside the perimeter.
That dude is done. He's probably gonna die instantly.
Lead 1, come in. Lead 1.
Wow! Oh my God, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought the pilot was just gonna die. The whole thing just tore apart.
Sir, what do I tell the others?
Maintain the perimeter.
Tell them to approach from the west.
Me too. Approach from the west.
Bro, my anxiety is at a crazy level right now.
That was nuts.
They're dropping sand and boron on the fire.
That's what I would do.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Is that not the good move?
It's been smooth. 20 drops.
Just 4,880 to go.
Not if they stay here.
We're staying here.
Yes, we are. And we'll be dead in 5 years.
Yeah, you weren't ready to hear that. That's when it hits you. Wow.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that.
The wind has been blowing toward Germany, not letting children play outside. In Frankfurt.
Do you know what the fallout was for those countries he mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, Alex, I don't know a whole lot, but I do know it affected a lot. I mean, like, Chernobyl in real life is a ghost town. Like, they have tours, which is crazy, to tour Chernobyl, but you have to wear gear and all that other stuff. So, yeah, it was big.
I would not set foot in that. Would you?
No, but people go, looky-loos. They want to see. And everything is still the way it was when they left.
The Soviets may have been fairly quick to acknowledge the accident because evidence in the form of mild nuclear radiation had already reached beyond the Soviet borders to Scandinavia.
And just a shout out to that scene that those two actors had. That was a hell of a scene.
Yeah.
When he realized it, man, that was a hell of a scene.
Yeah. I forgot his name, but he's in the Marvel movies. Thor.
Yeah, Skarsgård or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Внимание, внимание! Уважаемые товарищи, городской совет народных депутатов сообщает
Could you imagine you're just going about your day and you see a military truck going about?
I wonder where they're gonna take him though. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the photos of people that went to Chernobyl, it's just like there was like food on people's plates and stuff. Like if you go back and see it, like they just stopped what they were doing and immediately left. The whole city, like kids' schoolwork is still on the desks and stuff. It's crazy.
Can you imagine being displaced like that, dude?
And that quickly, like that quick of a turnaround. I've seen him before.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen him in this show yet. I can't remember.
No, that's my first time seeing him.
Okay.
That I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute since we watched episode 1.
I mean, that's like the equivalent of a van pulling up, man, and throwing a bag over your head and just throwing you in it and you just take off. You don't know what's going on, where you're going.
Yeah,
you're safe.
This kind of shit is like, this is why I keep like, all the things that I need are on 2 little drives. And I'm like, if I got an Amscray, I'm grabbing that and I'm going. I can replace my clothes, I can replace my home, I can replace all my gear. All that you can set fire to. But like, there's a handful of precious things you want to keep on, like that you got to keep with you.
And here's the thing too, man. I wonder if like the Skarsgård character, I think it's Boris, I wonder if he went against his own superiors to evacuate the city. Like, was that his call once he realized the reality of it? Because I'm sure if it wasn't, he's gonna catch hell.
He probably did go against his orders, but like, he's on board now.
Yeah, I mean, because he said he was like, I can't do that earlier, and now, see, like, where are they taking these? I'm nervous for these people, man.
Smothering the core will put the fire out, but the temperature will eventually increase. It will melt down.
I'm perfectly aware. But I estimate at least a month before it melts through the lower concrete pad, which gives us time.
No, you don't have a month. You have approximately 2 days.
What?
When the lava enters these tanks, it will instantly superheat and vaporize approximately 7,000 cubic meters of water, causing a significant thermal explosion.
How significant?
2 and 4 megatons. Everything within a 30-kilometer radius will be completely destroyed, including the 3 remaining reactors at Chernobyl. The entirety of the radioactive material in all of the cores will be ejected at force and dispersed by a massive shockwave, which will extend approximately 200 kilometers.
Oh, Jesus.
It will be fatal to the entire population of Kiev, as well as a portion of Minsk.
More than 50 million people living in Belarusia and Ukraine.
60, yes.
And how long before this happened?
Approximately 48 to 72 hours.
Get out of here.
The tanks are sealed shut by a sluice gate, and the gate can only be opened manually from within the duct system itself. So we need to find 3 plant workers who know the facility well enough to enter the basement here, find their way through all these ductways, get to the sluice gate valve here, and give us the access we need to pump out the tanks. Of course, we will need your permission.
My permission for what?
To kill these men.
Water in these ducts. The level of radioactive contamination. We're asking for your permission to kill 3 men.
Comrade Legasov, all victories inevitably come at a cost.
Oh, he's totally changed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he's broken. All of that moxie is all gone. At least they evacuated the town.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if they recreated this or if they actually like got footage from there.
Well, there's for the people that like do the tours, like there's photographs online where you can see.
I'm making my peace with it. Now you make yours. Go into that water.
On an ankle.
There's Parlov. Baranov.
Don't tell me they're all gonna go in.
Oh, that look of pride on his face got me a little bit. Whoa, man, I can't imagine that kind of sacrifice.
That's real courage, yo. To be that scared and knowing what's ahead and you do it anyway. Like, it's not even, maybe I'll get out of this. It's like, no, you are definitely going to die.
Yeah.
And it's not like a quick, painless thing either. That's...
But you know what, though? They'd have had to hook my family up, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nobody in my family works. At least my immediate family.
Yeah.
Nobody works.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah. God. That's crazy. That like that one lady who had to fight her way forward, all this came down to her. Like, what if she didn't have that level of determination? The landscape of the globe would be different.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's weird how often that happens in history, yo. Like, there was something about that with like a nuclear submarine where it came down to one individual who decided not to start World War III.
And you hear the little thing.
Yeah, the radiation.
Yeah.
It's even difficult to communicate with those outfits on. This isn't like modern tech where you can like, you got a walkie-talkie inside of there.
It feels almost like a horror movie, but there is no boogeyman that's gonna jump out. It's just what it is.
Man, that thing is screaming. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Oh, my God, that was gnarly. Oh, my goodness.
Oh. Oh, this is like the most painful thing I've ever watched, yo. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a slow death.
Oh man, the anxiety, man, is just.
Oh man.
The anxiety from the word go, it doesn't stop. It's unrelenting. It's just so unrelenting.
Yo, this is fucking me up. Oh, Jesus. This is why we took a long break between the two episodes. Like, this is fucking me up. Those guys went in there and, like, their lights don't even work. How are they gonna get out of there? How are they gonna accomplish the mission? Like...
I mean... And then it's like you don't want them to die in vain, right?
Exactly. It's like you literally just walked in there and now you're literally... You can't even speak very well because you got the shit on your... It's this maze you're navigating between all the pipes and stuff.
The gear and that sound of... It almost sounds like you're suffocating. It's like a pillow being put over your head. And then the way it's shot, It's in those narrow pipes.
Yeah.
You know, and there's not a lot of room to move. And then the sound effects with whatever that meter is that's measuring the amount of radiation, like it felt like a horror movie.
Yeah, that meter was screaming. I don't even know what to say, man. Like it's so painful. These are the crosses that were bared so that, we're so afraid of even touching nuclear energy because of this stuff, even though it's actually a really powerful and efficient energy from what I understand.
Yes.
But
yes.
These kinds of things just freak people out. And these are the lessons that I feel like humanity has learned from. And it's so sad that how many people have had to die that were not even part of this, that were just living.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like the bar scene. Jared Harris's character goes in there, the main guy, Valerie, I think that's his name. You know, he's seen it, he's seen what's going on, and he has to have a drink. And it's just life as usual. And then he has to buy into the BS. Because that lady asked, should we be concerned? And he's like, nah, you'll be all right. That's got to kill your soul. A piece of your soul has to die with that. You know, when you know. Mm-hmm. In the it's like he's the very first person too in this show that really lets us, the viewers, know how jacked up it really is. And a testament to the actor, Jared, because that moment when he's reading the brief, and he just pauses and he's just looking and everything kind of fades away. And you can see him doing the calculations and you can see it moving. And he's so moved when he walked into the meeting with all the generals and whoever it is, the higher ups. Everybody else is trying to blow it off. And I love that bounce back and forth that they have between Valerie and Boris, Mr. Skarsgård character. Because he's a bureaucrat through and through. Even before they landed, one of the people on the ground said, it was yo, this dude is a bureaucrat through and through. Just, tell him what he needs to hear so he can kind of keep it moving. And he was. He's in a position he's not trying to hear and listen to nobody. He's not trying to listen to common sense. Valerie, that guy, he's our voice of reason. That's the thing. He's like us. This is beyond jacked up, beyond, so much to the point that he had to bare his teeth at something much larger and more dangerous than himself and be you're not flying this helicopter over this thing, or you will be dead by next week.
Right.
It took that. That was the first thing, man. Boris's transition in just this one episode. His character arc is crazy in one episode.
Yeah.
That moment when he realized this dude is willing to fall on the sword and not have our helicopter fly over it. That realization. The second one when he had his back, when he was well, why is graphite on the ground? The third one when it really became sober, when the helicopter flew over it and it crashed, which is a whole other scene that's bananas by itself. And then the big one, man, that full scene when he was we're gonna be dead in 5 years.
Yeah.
All that bureaucracy, all that posh circumstance, all that went out the window.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why this show was nominated for so many awards during award season. And the actors are carrying. There's not one that falls short. Everybody is killing it. It's my heart.
Yeah, the good acting is what makes it feel so real. There's a part of me that still is it would have been cool if, it was in Russian and we had subtitles instead. But the acting is still it's quite strong. It's quite strong. I have a number for you, just so you can put this in perspective. So okay. They were being offered 400 rubles. 400 rubles in 1986 was worth 70 cents to the American dollar. So I did the conversion. They were basically being offered, by our standards today, $714 to die.
That's...
That just hit me hard. I'm he didn't even have the courage to tell him, tell these people, you're going to go in and die. He's oh, you're going to get, a raise. He's trying to, make them feel good about this thing, to give them, I don't know if it's I forget what you call that. Oh my gosh. The collective energy that they all feel. There's a word for that. But, he's trying to give them that. in order to go in there. And he knows, like, that there's so many layers to all the scenes. That's what's crazy. It's like, when he's having that speech of saying, okay, here's what I need you guys to do, here's how you'll be rewarded. That actor's so good because underneath it, he's trying to bury the fact that he's like, I'm asking you to go die so that millions of people will not. That's a crazy little monologue, a little crazy little scene to have. And Skarsgård, like, he did such a good job because I hated him, and then I went to feeling bad for him because of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. All of that, everything you just said. Yes.
Yeah. The realization.
It pitied him almost.
Yeah, the realization of his humanity, his mortality, all of that, and like he went a complete 180 on everything to the point that he was no longer trying to control the conversation and hide. He's like, I'm gonna let these guys who know what the fuck they're talking about do all the talking here on out. I don't know anything about this. Because he went from going, I'm going to shoot you and drop you out of this helicopter, to being like, you talk. You know what's up. I don't. That's great. That's some great writing. I can't say that I love the show, and I can't say I love what it's doing to me, but I can say that it's powerful. It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
The anxiety. I almost feel like I need to have a drink after watching this. This isn't one of those shows that I could binge watch. There's no way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I gotta come up for some air.
Yeah.
Off of this. You know, I can only maybe do like one of these a day, and then go to a happy place.
You know, I almost wish that they did it like Titanic or something, where they just made it a 3-hour movie or 3.5-hour movie. I think it would have been a strong film. It would have been. I think it would have won Best Picture. It's quite strong storytelling. Although I don't know what's involved in the next 3 episodes, so maybe it couldn't have been done any other way but this. You know.
What more can you add other than like? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many episodes are in the season. It's 5, so we still got 3 more.
Yeah.
3 more, and then we also have to remind ourselves that. Our main character, you know, the very first scientist we meet, like, you know, the show starts off with him ending his life. So either from fear of radiation or fear of something else, and he was looking over his shoulder while he was walking out in that first scene. I do remember that as well.
Yeah.
So it obviously just doesn't end well.
The show is not about a silver lining, other than like the fact that we're here to watch it, and hopefully we learn. And I don't think we are. It does feel a lot like Don't Look Up. Like, when you called that out, I was feeling the exact same thing. I'm like, this feels so much like Don't Look Up. And everyone's like, you know, there's a lot of people who are mocking that movie, going, oh, this is ridiculous, this would never happen, it's so exaggerated. It's like, it's surprising how accurate that is. You know, the other day I saw a YouTube short from Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I'm not as hot on anymore, because I think he's very smarmy. But he's like, I watched Don't Look Up, and it wasn't a fiction, it was a documentary. Like, the way he said it with such gravitas. It's like, okay, dude, you're hamming it up a lot. But there is some truth to what he's saying. It's like, yo, like, it feels real because it's so real. The way it's not bipartisan to save people's lives. That just blows my mind. You know? Everyone's worried about saving face and protecting their image. It's like, no, people are dying, though. And more people are going to die. So what are you going to do about that? You know, your image ain't going to be worth shit in a minute. So the show is really powerful. It's really good. And can't say I'm looking forward to the next episode, but we are going to watch the next episode. So you guys, stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up, please, if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. I am Jaby Koay. This is...
Hey, it's your boy SYNTELL.
Take care, y'all. Peace out.